Hey, welcome in everybody. So in this video I'm going to try to go through the steps to create the bearing seat. I don't know what kind of seat that is. It does not look very comfortable. I would not want to sit on it, but you know, that's just me. I'm just saying. Anyway, this may take a while. So yeah, grab a Snickers, maybe a sandwich, sit back. We're gonna try to work through this together, okay? So what I want to do first is I'm gonna start me a brand new Autocad drawing. And I'm going to create some layers first. So I'm in a decimal unit, so I don't need to change my units for this one. So I'm going to go to my layer properties. I'm going to create some new layers. So I'm going to create an object layer first. And choose a color. I'm going to pick for this, you know, I probably need to change my background too from black to white so it's easier to see. But let's say, what could I use my colors? I'm gonna go magenta for my object layer. And I'm gonna go, it's gonna be a continuous line type. The line weight, I'm gonna use 0.3, yeah, 0.3 millimeters. And then create another layer. I need a hidden line layer. Let's go capitals. I'm just gonna call it hidden. This one's going to be probably, I'm going to use maybe this last gray one on the right. And the line type is, I need to load some line type. So I'm going to click on load. I'm going to look down, I'm going to load center 2. Can I load more than one at a time? Let's see. Because I want center 2 and then I want hidden 2. Let's see if I can hit the control key and select more than one at a time. Yeah, okay. So hit OK. So my hidden layer should be hidden line type. I'm going to click on OK. The line weight for this is going to be really kind of thin. So I'm going to use 0.20. Click OK. Make a new layer. This one's going to be a center line. The color, I'm going to use, what can we use for that? Green? Let's go green. Line type is not going to be hidden. It's going to be the center 2 here. Click OK. The line weight, I'm going to leave it, yeah, I'm going to leave it at 0.2, same. And then I need one more layer, I think. I'm going to call this dims. So we're going to put our dimensions on it. I'm going to make this, I don't want to make it yellow. Let's make it blue. Let's go with blue. And then the line type for those are going to be continuous. The line weight, I'm going to make this 0.25. I want my object layer to be current, so I'm going to double left click on it. I'm going to close this box. So what I want to do, I'm going to change the color of my background, so you don't need to do that, but I think, and the white background is probably going to blind us all. So I'm going to right click, go to options. I'm going to click on display. I'm going to go to colors. My uniform background is, right now it's black. I'm going to change this to white. And then apply and close. Apply. Now I'm not one to use the grid, so it's up to you. I'm going to turn the grid off for me. And then I'll start kind of drawing these circles for our bearing seat. And also I like using this down here, this, what is this button here, this show hide line weight. I like to have this on where I can see my line weights, kind of how they should look, to make sure that they're kind of what they should be. Anyway, let's start drawing some circles. So I'm gonna go to circle, center diameter. I'm just gonna pick a spot anywhere for my center line. And kind of, or my center point, I'm going to drag out. So this is going to be a diameter of 1.5. Zoom in a little bit. Let me make sure that my object snaps. Let's see what we got going on here. So yeah, I want to turn on my center object snap for sure. I don't know if I need all these. We'll kind of leave them like they are for now, but just make sure you want to have your center object snap checked. So now we're going to draw some more circles, center diameter. grab that center point. If it doesn't pop up, just kind of hover your mouse over your circle and it should kind of pop in there for you. So there's my center point. I'm gonna drag it out. This one is gonna be 2.25 diameter. Let's make another circle, diameter. Get that center point. This one is gonna be, what is that gonna be? 2.75. So there's those 3 circles. Then what I can do is I'm gonna make a center line. So let me change my layers here to center line just for now. I'm gonna go to annotate, click on center mark, click the outside circle. So it gives us that center line. Now I can go back to my home, go back to my object, and now we can start drawing those kind of 3 arm looking things. I've also noticed that those 3 arms, they're not equal distance around the circle. So that's kind of fun. So let's draw this first one, the top one first. So what I want to do is I'm just going to draw actually I'm going to draw that center line circle. So let me draw a circle, diameter, grab the center here. That is going to have a diameter of 5. And I'm going to change this layer. So I'm going to left click on it. I'm going to change it from an object to center line. Is that, yeah, center line. So now I'm going to take this, left click this center mark, grab this arrow and draw it drag it kind of way out somewhere here, like so. Yeah, all right, so now let's draw this arm right here. So how do we want to do that? I'm going to draw a circle, center diameter, where these 2 intersect. And that's going to have a diameter of 0.5. And then I'm going to make another circle, diameter, same center. This is going to have a radius of 0.5. So because I've already picked the diameter option, if my radius is 0.5, then my diameter should be 1. I do some quick math. Math is not my strong suit. All right, so there we got that. Now I'm gonna draw a line from the quadrant of the circle straight down. Make sure my ortho mode is on. Just kind of draw it straight down, go past it. I'm gonna go past it to make sure it doesn't like automatically lock on any other object snaps, because yeah, sometimes that gets kind of frustrating. So from this quadrant here, straight down, I'm gonna use the trim tool, TR. I'm gonna trim that little bottom half circle off. Now down here, I need to fillet these, but you can't really fillet. That sounds weird. You can't really fillet if it's a whole circle here. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to hit the escape key. I'm gonna type in BR for break. I'm gonna select a point over here on the right side of this line. Select a point on the left side. Do the same thing, press enter, or the tab key, or the space bar. The space bar will also act as your enter key. So the space bar is bigger, so it's easier to find when you're not looking for it. So I don't know, you can do whatever you want, but I'm gonna click here, over here, because I needed to break that line up. So now I can use my fillet. So I'm gonna go up to fillet. I want to change the radius. The radius of that fillet is gonna be 0.15. And I'm just gonna fillet this and this. Press enter, this and this. Hit the escape key. I can EX for extend. I can kind of extend that curve back to where it should go. So we got that first arm, and they're also not the same. It's not the same arm for the other 2, the other 2 arms that we need to make. So we're trying to make this difficult. All right, so next what I want to do is I want to kind of copy and rotate part of this arm. not the whole thing because it's not an identical copy. So what I'm going to do is I am going to type in RO for rotate. I'm going to select these curved fillets, these straight lines. The circle's not the same. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. The arc is not the same. So I've got the items that I want to rotate, and I'm going to press enter. Now this, wait. Let me do that again. I want RO for rotate. This one, this one, this one, this one. Press enter. The base point is here. So I want to go down here where you see copy. I'm going to click copy. And then I want to copy and rotate this negative 120 degrees. So that kind of gives me this kind of arm on the right. So I can kind of use that to create this arm instead of having to draw the arm totally from scratch. So I know that this has a 1 inch kind of width here. So to find the center of this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw, how can I do this? Let me offset. I'm going to offset 0.5, just one of these lines down. I'm going to click on this line. I'm going to turn it. I'm going to put it on the center. Yeah, the center line layer. Let's try to think. Is that a center line or a hidden line? So I might grab this. Let me extend this. EX for extend. I'm going to extend this to the center of this. Keep hitting that. So yeah, there's that. And then what I want to do is I'm going to type in LEN for lengthen. Hit the delta down here. Let's type in 1. Press the end of this line to kind of extend it out like so. Now here's where it gets kind of tricky. I'm going to zoom in here on this area. So I need to draw a line from this intersection perpendicular to this line. So let me make sure I have check my object snaps here. I have perpendicular. I'm going to leave an intersection checked. I'm going to uncheck extension, quadrant, center, midpoint, endpoint I don't need right now, nearest, apparent intersection, don't need that. So yeah, I'm just going to have intersection and perpendicular. Object snap selected. I'm going to draw a line from the intersection of these two guys, and I want it perpendicular to that line. And the reason I did that, let me hit escape. I want to offset this line. That's going to be 0.40 is my offset distance. This line out. So that's kind of the length of this arm looking thing. So I know that also that this has a fillet of 0.15. Let me erase this line. So I'm going to go to fillet, make sure my radius is 0.15, which it is. So I'm just going to press enter. So I want to kind of round these corners off, press enter, hit this one, hit this one. So there's that. Then there's going to be a circle from the diameter circle, yeah. Diameter from the intersection of here. That's going to be 0.375. Press enter. And now I need to draw straight lines from kind of the intersection here, perpendicular to there. So I'm going to draw another line from the intersection here, perpendicular. Hit enter twice. Draw another line here, perpendicular there. Hit escape. I'm on TR for trim. I don't need that, or that, or that, or that. So there's our second arm. So the other arm is exactly the same as this one. So that makes life a little easier. What we can do is make a copy of this and rotate it, or rotate a copy, however you want to look at it. So I'm going to type in RO for rotate. I'm gonna select the items in this arm. So let's see if I can draw a crossing window to get the rest of it. Okay, so there's that. Press enter. My base point is gonna be the center here. And then I wanna rotate that negative. That's gonna be 105. Oh, I didn't make, oh, that's what I did not want to do. So let me undo that. I rotated it, yes, but I didn't copy and rotate it, so that's my bad. Let's do that again. RO for rotate. Select these items. Draw a crossing window. Press enter. My base point is here. Make sure you select copy down here at the bottom. Now we can go negative 105. There we go. That looks better. I probably should have copied that center line too. Let me do that real quick. So RO, the center line. There, copy, negative 105. There we go, because we're gonna need that. All right, so there is our top view of our bearing seat. All right, so now what I would do is I would add the dimensions to the top view, because that front view is, I don't know, it's kind of strange going on there. But anyway, let's add some dimensions on here. So I'm gonna change my current layer from object to dims. And I'm gonna go up to my annotation panel here, click the little down arrow. So I'm gonna click on the standard icon over here. I mean, they're all standards. I'm gonna click on the second icon here where it says dimension style. So standard is current, so I'm gonna modify. And what I wanna do is I am going to, I'm gonna have it where I'm in the fit. I'm gonna change my overall style as 1. I'm gonna change this to 0.5. And then I'm gonna go to primary units, precision. I'm gonna change this to, what do I wanna change this to? 2 decimal places, so 0.00. I want it where it says 0 suppression. I'm gonna check where leading, so we don't wanna show our leading zeros. And then I think we're good there. Let me hit OK here, so we'll test this out and see if this works. Click close. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with I'm gonna go up to my dimensions. I don't want linear, I want angular. And I'm gonna click this line. Let's see, I probably should have dragged this one out further. No, that looks good. Let me click this line here. This line, drag that out. That's 45. How far out should we make this? Right about there, maybe. And then another angular from here. So way over here, that's gonna be 105. I'm just gonna zoom in and try to get these eyeball looking even. Like there, I missed it a little bit, but hey, it's okay. All right, so there's those. Now we can add our, should we do, how many radius dimensions do we have? We have 1 there. Let me do the radius dimension. So radius, it's gonna be this one here. Drag it out a little ways. Do we have any other ones? I don't think we do. Okay, so the rest are gonna be diameters. So diameter, yeah, this one, drag it out. Just trying to match what the book looks like. Diameter, this outer circle here, place you about there. There's 1 diameter. This inner circle here, drag it out a little bit there. What else do we got? I like this 1 diameter, this middle one here. Drag you out. So on this one, I'm going to hit the escape key. Let me double left click on this dimension here. I'm gonna hit the right arrow, I'm gonna go space. So I don't know how to make that little funky arrow that they have shown. That just tells you that that area is depressed down by 0.25. So I'm just gonna say, at, the at symbol, and I'm gonna go at 0.25 deep. I don't know how else to kind of explain that fancy at symbol. I'm not sure how to create that. So I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna try to move it where it's not going over my center circly thing here. So I'm gonna click it, left click it, see if I can just hit this grip and drag it over a little bit, like so. All right, so there's that. Let's see, which other ones do I need? I have these. I'm just going to top down. We got that. There's one here. Okay, so I want to, how can I do this? I'm going to change my object snaps. I'm going to go nearest. I got perpendicular. I think we're good there. So I'm going to go up to my dimensions. We're going to go to aligned. I'm just going to select somewhere on this line. I'm looking for the perpendicular, which is right there. Just kind of move this somewhere. Hit the escape key. Now double left click on the dimension here. So this, and hit the right arrow. This needs to be space TYP period. Left click somewhere outside the box. We got that. This is where it gets kind of tricky over here. Just trying to avoid this, but sometimes you just gotta do. Oh, let me add one more. So let's go to add another diameter on this circle here, and that's gonna be 5. All right, now let's see what we can do with this one here. Now I'm gonna go where it says 0.40. Like, how do you get this thing angled like that? You could use the aligned, but I think what I'm gonna do is, let me hit the escape key. And what I wanna do is I'm gonna type in UCS, press enter. I'm gonna type in E for entity. I'm gonna select this line here. So notice my UCS it's rotated. So I want it's kind of actually upside down. So I'm going to type in UCS again. And so I want to rotate it around the Z axis. So I'm going to type in, do I type in Z? And I want to kind of move my cursor to where the X is to the right and then Y is straight up like that. So now what I can do is I can add that dimension now. So I'm gonna go up to make this linear. So I want it to be the intersection of this to this line here, the end of this line, drag it straight up. So that's 0.40. We can do it that way. So now type in UCS again, hit enter twice. And now it puts it back to the original. That's just an easy way that I found to do that. And then to add this other one, this is where it gets kind of strange as well. I think, let me just try this. Let me use the aligned and see if that works. Let's try it. So I'm gonna choose aligned. I'm gonna choose the end point and the end point. Drag it out. Right click, I'm gonna hit escape a couple times. Now notice it rounded it off to 0.37, but we want that to be 0.375. So to fix that, I'm gonna just left click on this dimension, scroll down over here on my properties to where you see primary units. I'm gonna change precision to 3 decimal places. Hit the escape key. And now I'm gonna double left click on my text. I'm gonna hit the left arrow and type in 2 space capital X space. Now to get the symbol for diameter, you're gonna type in %, I think it's C, %, C. And then space. Do I want a space there? On the book it shows a space there. I don't think I do. I'm gonna backspace that. Yeah, so just leave it like that. So there we go with that one. All right, so we got that. We have our dimensions. Let me take a look at these. Those look pretty good, right? That only took like 25 minutes just to make the top view. Anyway, save what you have right now, because we don't want to do all that and your computer crashes or something. You go, oh crap, I gotta go back and do this all over again. I've had that happen. It's not fun. All right, so save it, and we're gonna work on the front elevation. I say front elevation like I'm doing architecture. The front view. All right, the front view. So I'm gonna change my layers, my current layer, back to object. And I'm just gonna project lines down. So I probably should just start off with kind of a base, like the floor or the base plane, whatever. Just kind of draw a line straight across. Just make sure it's wider than what we have going on above us here. So then I want to do is just kind of draw some lines straight down. Let me go back to my object snaps and see what we got going on here. I cannot remember. We want to select quadrant, probably endpoint. I don't think we need midpoint, center. No. Maybe let's work with those. Intersection, yeah, okay, yeah. So just these for now. We may need more later. So I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna draw a line from the quadrant of this line. I'm just gonna go straight down past it. Press enter twice. Grab all these. Press enter twice. So when you press enter twice, it goes back to the redo this. It goes back to the current command that you're in again. Grab all these, drag them straight down. All right, so let's start with that part. That's kind of like the main piece there. I'm gonna TR, trim, kind of draw a line, trim off the extra gobbledygook there. And then it says that the height of that is 1.5. So I'm gonna type in O for offset, 1.5. Offset this straight up. I'm going to fillet. So I'm gonna type in F for fillet. Click on radius. I think I need to set this back to 0. Yeah, so type in 0, press enter. Now fillet these corners, press enter. Hit the escape key. I'm gonna do a TR for trim. Trim off those. So we're good there. Okay, so this is one thing that I noticed is this. Now in the notes it says that this plane here is 0.25 pressed down from the top. But when I offset this top line, I'm gonna offset 0.5 down. Wait, not 0.5, offset 0.25. I was thinking ahead. Offset 0.25. Okay, that doesn't look like what the front view is showing. So I have some concerns there. They call out one thing, but they show another. So I would say in that case, go with whatever is called out, right? So it looks like to me this is offset down 0.5, but it says it's offset down 0.25. So we're gonna go with that, right? And so this is gonna be a hidden line. So here, I'm gonna click on it, change it to hidden. That's kind of light, isn't it? I should probably, let me go back to my layer properties. Let's make our hidden lines instead of 0.9. Let's make them black. on yours it's probably it depends on the color of your screen. If your background is black, then make it white. If your background is white like I have it, make it black, just so those hidden lines kind of hopefully pop out a little better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so then I need to change this and this and this and this. These need to be hidden lines as well. I'm going to fillet this here. I'm going to TR for trim this there. All right, so yeah, now we're cooking. Now we're not really cooking, but we can act like we are. So we have this kind of circle in the middle, and we have this arm behind it, which is going to be hidden. So we need to show that that's hidden. So I should probably let me change this from object to hidden lines. And then I'm gonna draw a line from somewhere on this line straight down. Somewhere on this line straight down. Press enter twice. I need to draw a line from the quadrant of the circle. Wait. Line from the quadrant of that, or the edge of that circle. If circles have edges, I don't know. Wait, line from the quadrant. Make sure I get the quadrant here, right there. Straight down. And those arms have a height of 0.5. So I'm gonna offset 0.5, this line up. After a while you get so many lines going across, it's like, whoa, it gets confusing. I'm going to fillet this. I'll square this off. Actually, that's not squared off. It's going to have a radius, isn't it? Okay, so we'll get there. TR for trim. Draw a line straight across there. TR for trim again. We're going to draw a line straight across here, or drag a line. No, I don't need these lines here that I've... Get rid of these. Okay, so I need to change this to a hidden line. I need to round these off, so let's fillet. Radius, hit the radius down here, just click on it. And that's gonna be, what is that gonna be? 0.15? 0.15. So we'll kind of round these corners off. Press enter, get to the other one. There's going to be a center line through there, so I'm going to go to annotate here. Click on center mark. No, center, not center mark. Center line. I'm going to select this line, this line. It draws us a nice, pretty center line there in the middle. So we got that. All right, so here's where it gets kind of fun too. Not really. I'm gonna click on the Home tab. I'm gonna change from a hidden line to object line will be our current layer now. And I'm just gonna kind of project these kind of angled arms straight down. So I'm gonna line. I'm gonna draw a line from here, straight down. Press enter twice. Grab this corner. Straight down, grab that corner, straight down. Now, because this is rounded, you don't really have a line to project because it's kind of all in the same. I don't want to say it's all in the same plane, but there's no edge there. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to offset. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to draw a line. It's going to be the same level as this one over. Now here it doesn't have an edge, but there's two separate planes crossing over each other. So you have this upper circular plane and this bottom arm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line from where these two kind of intersect each other. Draw that straight down. Did I hit that right? I believe that goes was there. And then so this is gonna extend to here. And this would have it would be kind of rounded too, but I'm gonna do radius. I'm gonna make that 0. I'm gonna leave that square. Sue me. Because it doesn't go straight. It doesn't go straight into that. So the radius is gonna be kind of at an angle. I don't know, it's kind of hokey. I don't know if you see what I'm talking about, but yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. Let's trim off this, that, these guys. So that is not gonna be a straight line there. So I need to break this line into 2. So I'm gonna go BR for break, select above this line, select below it. I'm gonna change this to a hidden line. Then I can extend these back to that line. So once it hits here, it's behind that arm, kind of that angled arm. Let's see what I got. Oh, I want to fillet, radius, 0.15. Oh, let me start here. So start at the inside one first. So fillet this, press enter, fillet this, press enter, fillet this. That makes it a lot easier if you start on the inside one and work your way out instead of going the other way. So there's that. Let me make sure we got this thing. So that's there. Oh, I need a line from here. That quadrant straight down. That's going to be hidden as well. Trim off this line is going to be hidden. Yeah, this gets kind of crazy, not fun. I'm gonna click this and just drag this center line down below it like that. I think we're good with that arm. And then we just kind of need to do the same thing for this other arm here. So let's draw a line from this quadrant straight down. I'm on perpendicular, so that should. Now let me draw it past it just to make sure. I don't want to get too crazy with it. Intersection here down. A line here down. Let's draw a line. Wait, let me draw a line from here where those two meet each other here down. I can just copy this here over a little bit. I can fill it. So I have my radius is already at 0.15. So I'm going to do this one, this one, this one. So that's that one, that one, that one. Yeah. Trim this. And then trim that. I'm gonna leave that. Oh, undo that. Don't want to do that. Oh, it's not connected, that's why. Okay. I want to extend this, then trim it. Oh, I'm gonna break this. Extend these. It's tedious right now. I'm gonna change the layer from here. This is gonna be a hidden line. All right. I don't need that. Erase that. Let's see what we got going on. We got, oh yeah, I need to draw a line from the quadrant of the circle down. Trim. Oh, I don't need that. Get rid of that. All right, so then I need to change this to a hidden line. We're getting to the finish line. I can feel it. Oh, I need to trim off TR. Stop. I need to TR that. All right. Let's take a look and see what we got. Oh wait, I did something here. Something here is oh, this looks, okay, I need to draw a line from here. Somehow those got removed. And then here down. So it needs to be trim this, trim that, erase this. That goes down. That's gonna go down to now I've got myself confused. What is this thing curving? That's okay, that's this, but I don't need that to curve. Why is that curving? I can't remember. That doesn't need to curve. I don't think. All right, let me just get rid of these. So this one should go all the way down, actually. Let me erase this. Sorry, I'm sorry. I got myself confused. There's so many lines going on. All right, then this one, trim this. Do I have two lines on top of each other? Probably. I'm gonna select this and make it a hidden line. But then what do we got going on in the back? This goes from here to there. Okay, but I don't need this. This I don't need. What is that? Okay, that's gonna be fillet. Let's fillet. Radius 0.15. It's gonna be this and this. And then it's gonna be this and that. That's what it does. Let me pull this down again. All right. So it's there. The edge of that, the edge of that, right? Then this circle here, circle here. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm so confused right now. It was like, there's so many lines going on here. Hidden lines, continuous lines. I think that's it, right? So we need to add our dimensions here, and I think we can call it a day. Maybe we can get this done in 45 minutes. All right, I'm gonna go to my dimension layer. I'm going to change this to linear. I'm going to click this, drag it out over. That's 0.5. Another linear from this corner to the top of this guy. Drag it over a little bit. That's 1.5. I think that's it, right? Let me just go through and make sure. I don't want to make this whole video and forget something. They have something right here. What is this line that they got right there? What is that? There's that. Oh, it's that in the back. It's where that hits. That's what they have. They have a line where this hits. I'm going to call it right about. Let me look at it. I'm going to change my object snap. I probably won't get in 45 minutes. Nearest intersection. I'm gonna leave intersection and endpoint selected. So let me select where this. Yeah, okay. Then I'm gonna trim off this and this. This is gonna be a hidden line. And get rid of that line. Same thing over here. Where it hits in the back. Straight down. That one's in line with that. Right? Yeah, okay, we're gonna leave that there. We're gonna leave that. Yeah, so I think now we're good, right? So let's call that done. Stick a fork all in it and everything. I'm gonna move this up a little closer, like so. All right, so I'm gonna call that a day, right? So they have like a 3D isometric view, but this book is all about 2D. So I'm not gonna create that 3D view of it. So we're gonna call it done. All right, peace out.